colder.
Yeah, I'm in love
Singapore.
with it. Yeah, so I bought this jacket in Tokyo. It was my first time wearing it.
Right.
So I'm just enjoying it.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm Joshua Simon. I'm from Singapore's Kids 92. It's a real pleasure to have you.
Thanks.
Sir.
Thanks.
I'm half Chinese, so as an Asian, I felt really happy watching you get such a big role. It's a meaty role.
Right.
It's not one-dimensional.
Right.
You're not just a funny guy, then you get killed off.
Right,
You know.
right.
How much of it was in the script? How much, or did you have to fight for a role like that for you to be represented well?
No, not really. I mean, that's why I did the movie, because when I read the script, I was like, wow, this is a great character. He's very three-dimensional. He has a parallel path with the main character, Lara. They're both looking for their father. They're both kind of lost in life. And because of that commonality, they get together and go on this journey together. And so I think, it was a very sensitively written script, and it was, culturally sensitive as well as sensitive to these two young people looking for their identities, and I thought that was the coolest part of the story, and that's why I did it. I've been offered many roles in the past that are kind of stereotypical, and I just turn them down because why? I'm in Asia, I have a lot of work to do there. There's definitely no need for me to do a movie just because it's a Hollywood movie. So I think it's important to make sure they get it right culturally, and I think they did it well in Tomb Raider.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was fun.
Because it looked like it would have been a lot of fun.
It's fun, it was fun. I mean, one of the main reasons why I did the movie is because we shot it in South Africa, and I don't know if you know, but I have a really close connection with South Africa. I was married there. I go there every year. We have property there. So being able to spend 5 months in Cape Town working there was a big bonus for why I wanted to do the movie.
You've worked with some of the biggest action stars, East and West. How does Alicia match up?
So it's interesting because this is her first big action role, right? And she's not really done much action in films before. So I was really interested to see what it was going to be like. And I thought maybe, I'd be there to help her out or give her advice, but no need for that. She was very headstrong. When I got to South Africa, she'd already been training for like 3 or 4 months. And she must have gained like 15, 20 pounds of muscle. She was huge, like huge. Her shoulders were bigger than mine. I was like, oh my God. And every day she would go to the gym at like 5 in the morning before set and work out for like an hour and a half, and then go to set. And that dedication to her craft, but also to the role and what it required, was just kind of amazing. It was really respect what she did there.
Nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
Yeah, I grew up playing Tomb Raider, so this is...
Me too.
Thank you for making this movie for the fans, really.
Thank you.
I have to ask you, what goes on in your head when the director yells action? Because as much as you're playing this badass character, you're also still very much present to make sure you don't hurt yourself and you're landing at the right spot. So how do you battle that?
Well, I mean, it's interesting when you do these things, because sometimes it's quite, you're quite nervous stepping into these big stunts, but you have spent a lot of weeks with an amazing stunt team preparing yourself and make sure that you land correctly in all these things. But sometimes I remember it's actually quite a, like you said, a magic word when you hear that, because sometimes you stand there and you're a bit like, oh, I need to do it. And then when you hear it, it's almost like everything just comes together. I think it's a big adrenaline rush that comes to that really helps you, and then you just take the leap. If it's that I did a few times in this film, and it was a lot of fun. Right? Yeah, it is.
Till the end of the day, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I actually remember the DP came up to me, because I was a bit nervous the first few times I did it in the day, and by the end I was just like, I wanted to do it again and again. He was like, you're like a kid jumping on your parents' bed. I was like, yeah, I'm having that much fun at the end of the day. I
gotta compliment you about your screaming and your crying and the groaning, because you do the unconventional, like the Harrison Ford thing.
Okay, well,
which is to make like not very pretty faces.
Yeah, well, I think, what I loved with this version of Tomb Raider, or Lara, was the fact that she, she's a girl and it's kind of set in a reality closer to ours, and she is not on top of things in the beginning of our films, and I love that, because then you get closer to someone, and to see someone struggle, but also being able to bring out all the kind of traits that she already, the classical traits that she still has, but she hasn't been on an adventure. Mm-hmm. So to see her struggle and also going through quite traumatic experiences, but through that, she, by step, she develops, and she also start to bring out the warrior within her. And we all know, to be punched in the stomach, it bloody hurts, you know.
And it's not gonna sound pretty.
It's not. Yeah.
I was practicing that last night, trying to get the bathtub to work. Yeah. I really want this movie to do well, which would mean that we can get sequels. so we can see Lara go around the world on her
that's cool.
adventures, right?
Yeah.
So if you could like make a wish, and where would you want Lara's adventures to go? Like Egypt would be really cool.
I mean, Egypt would be amazing. I grew up being such a fan of Egyptian mythology. That would be a fantastic, thing. But I also have this thing I've always wanted to go. I went to Faroe Islands a year ago shooting and thought it was just, it's like Mars. It's so incredibly cool. And Iceland and Greenland is still two places I haven't been to that I would love to go to.
Could you tell everyone in Singapore to please go see Tomb Raider?
Yeah, hi everyone in Singapore. Please come and see Tomb Raider.
You're really scary in the movie.
What are you saying?
You're really, it's your eyes, and then it's the combination of like the eyebrows and stuff. Like,
And the teeth.
yeah. Okay, so can you tell us like 3 nice things about you? Like 3 really sweet things.
3 nice things about me. I'm an unbelievable father. I spend my time looking at art and antiquing, and I like to travel and find remote places in the world that are very difficult to get to for one reason and one reason only, and that is I'm curious about people in the world.
We always discuss chemistry between lovers in movies. We don't really talk about the hero and the villain. How do you build that kind of chemistry between...
Josh, look at you with your Traverse jacket throwing out that incredible question, man. That's unbelievable. You know what? I feel the same way. The hero and the villain, to me, there's a term called the Stockholm Syndrome, right? And Kurt Russell and Jennifer Jason Leigh did it so well in The Hateful Eight. They were so good. And the very first time we read through this, Alicia and I together, at the end of it, we walked outside and we had a long conversation. And I said, this relationship can be so many things. And it can be love and it can be hate. It can be father and daughter. It can be a good woman versus bad guy. It can be everything. And it will be everything based on who she is as a person, who Alicia is as a person, who I am as a person. So I feel the same way, man. And either you have that chemistry or you don't have that chemistry. And luckily for me, it was as I hoped it would be. She's an amazing woman, and she gave me the space to be myself.
Yeah, and there is electricity when you're both on screen together.
I appreciate it.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
I'd imagine you have to be in good shape. So what kind of food do they serve on the set?
Salmon.
Salmon?
Salmon and lentils and eggs, boiled eggs and avocado.
Who is Tomb Raider for?
Oh God, well, I think this interpretation of Tomb Raider is for everybody. I don't think it's for my 7-year-old son, but my 7-year-old just saw a movie in the theater for the first time. But aside from that, I don't know anybody that wouldn't want to watch the story of a person discovering who they are and coming into their power. Self-reflection, going towards self-actualization is what we're all trying to do, right? So why wouldn't you come see an incredible actress like Alicia Vikander playing Lara Croft become that person? Watch it!
When I work out, I have to have music. What do you play in the background when you train your clients?
I let the client decide. Personally, I'm going through a French rap phase right now, so that's what I'm listening to. But anything from Euro, techno to Foo Fighters.
Oh.
I go through cycles.
I listen to like Enya.
Oh yeah?
Really calm music. It's like calm
So maybe do a lot of yoga or Pilates?
No, like I do like heavy lifting, but like to like Enya. Yeah,
Oh.
just like helps me to focus.
For me, the music needs to mimic what I'm doing a little bit with
Right.
pace and energy.
Something you can scream to.
Yeah.
Run to. Okay, I play this game 3 times a day. It's called Stop Eating. I'll give you 2 choices. Choose
Yeah.
one over the other.
Okay.
Which one I should eat, or we should eat.
We should eat, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Big Mac or Filet-O-Fish?
The one you like.
I like Big Mac. Okay. 8 pieces of sushi or a tuna mayo sandwich? Which one?
Sushi.
Sushi. Okay. Pepperoni pizza or a big bowl of spaghetti and meatballs?
Spaghetti and meatballs.
All right, last one. 3 pieces of fried chicken or a full rack of ribs?
Oh my.
Fried chicken or ribs?
What do you like? You should eat.
I like fried chickens, but when you can get the ribs right,
Yeah.
it's perfect.
I like both.
Okay, we can have both. All right.
Let's have both.